One woman, a photographer, got busted stealing sushi while she was running late for therapy. Now, talk about a white lady excuse. Something you'd hear from a Karen and not a Shaniqua. I bet her fake service dog was double parked. Another chick, a designer, pocketed $30 eye cream when she could have just used Preparation H. Right? I put it up my butt every time my eyes are puffy. Old wives' tale. But apparently, stealing stuff is just another thing on the to-do list, and you're entitled to do it. It's like affirmative action for people who wear organic deodorant. And when they were caught, the writer described their punishment as if it were an affront to humanity, shocked that anyone could ever be arrested for shoplifting. It's not at all like it was when we were kids. When you were caught stealing, old Mr. Winters from the hardware store, he'd give you the choice between the cops and a finger in an outlet. The worst part, outlet was what he called his butt. Oh, Mr. The writer complains about the victims being held in this windowless room. In other words, it's a back room. But for us, that was usually a jail cell. Not really known for their spectacular views unless you're sharing it with the local flasher. But today, we play by different rules. During a hearing in Minnesota, a state Democrat actually suggested we study the benefits of shoplifting.
It actually had not occurred to me to ask, it probably would have been good, to make sure that they would study sort of the benefit of shoplifting and of retail theft, and because perhaps people are relying on that and sort of using that, maybe it's, assisting them in some way.
And how may it be assisting them, Dave? They get free eyeliner, and then it raises the cost for me. Then the drugstore closes, and then you call that racist. It's what happened with over 7,000 pharmacies closing between 2022 and 2024. CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid. And I'm pretty sure they weren't locking up deodorant because Kid Rock wouldn't respect the 10 per customer limit. Now later, the Democrat said he was being sarcastic. Yeah, sure. Just like I am when I say I'd have sex with Trace Gallagher. But how can you tell from a Minnesota state Democrat? They support mobs committing arson and incest weddings. It's an enabling phenomenon, one where people think they're immune from consequence and think laws are suggestions, not the basic rules of civilization. Hell, New York's top judge just said that other judges should go easy when sentencing because the criminals might have changed since they got arrested. And when you point to the billions stolen by Somalian daycare owners or the Medicare fraud in LA, you become the bad guy, a racist, obviously. So when you see all that, you must think, wow, we're the suckers if we actually pay for something. No wonder people think they can break the law. And when someone enforces the law, suddenly they're shocked, and not in a good way, with a taser. You see this at protests. Some chick will strike a cop, and then she can't believe it when she gets tossed to the ground faster than a free copy of a Steve Doocy cookbook. They're outraged because their professors swore that obeying rules violates your identity and it's a surrender to white patriarchy. So now even white rich ladies are doing it. Designers, photographers, food stylists. The useless but educated. And it's okay because, they were in a rush. But for the media, wide-scale fraud isn't the real problem. It's ruining a photographer's day because she was caught pilfering a jar of taint cream. But we built a culture where crime is excused and consequences are called oppression. And once you start justifying petty crime, you open the door, not to Whole Foods jail, but to chaos.
Period.
Let's welcome tonight's guests. He looks like one of those cartoon drawings that people do on the boardwalk. Co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, Charlie Hurd. This audience, man. She talks so fast, her tonsils have a suspended license. Co-host of Outnumbered, Emily Campagno. They say money can't buy happiness, but he will never know. Comedian Adam Hunter. And as a child, her imaginary friend told her he wanted to see other people. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor, Kat Timm. Charlie, why does it seem like the Dems are now like normalizing shoplifting the way they normalize everything? It seems to be all connected.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it is, you can't get whiter than New York Magazine, where this story appeared, and Whole Foods.
Yes.
And it's proof that, like, white privilege exists on the left.
Yes, big time.
And they're willing to, to sell everything away in order to protect that. But on a serious note, I think you're exactly right. I cannot think of anything that is more damaging to the fabric of a society than this shoplifting, because it's unfair,
yeah,
it's lawless, but it's also every person that walks in there and pays for something feels like a chump all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and that destroys everything about the basic foundation.
Did you ever
society.
shoplift
As a kid?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
What did you steal?
Well,
we're talking about adults here. We're just you're as a kid.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but when I was about 8 or 10, and my hair started turning curly, and I thought I was turning into a girl, and so I went down to the pharmacy and I stole every single hair straightener out of the pharmacy aisle, and it didn't work. Burned the crap out of me.
Wow.
And then when I went back to get more stuff because my scalp was burning, I got the crap beat out of me by one of the guys at the pharmacy.
That is the greatest story we have ever heard.
Is that real?
No, it's absolutely real. No, and I thought, you remember how if you kiss your elbow, you turn, and I tried it, and I honestly, I thought that maybe it had worked. And I thought I was terrified. I thought I was turning into a girl.
Wait, what are you talking about? If you kiss your elbow, what happens?
You change sexes.
This is,
Right.
who told you that?
I know, what?
Where did you grow up? Inside of a tree with elves?
Narnia.
Yeah. You knew that, right?
No.
Somebody?
I think there's widespread confusion.
That, I have to say, though, how brave you are for telling that story.
Totally.
Well, we're not on TV, are we?
No, we're not. This is actually never going to air. I love the fact that you thought you were turning into a girl when your hair got... How old were you?
I was like 8 or 10.
30.
Wow. Yeah, wow. At this point, Emily, this whole segment means nothing to me.
I know.
Oh,
I can't with that.
but I want to. Here's something that this reminded me. Okay, these are adults, so they justify this in their heads, like, oh, I'm in a hurry, or I spent enough money at Whole Foods, I can steal this. I remember as a kid, when somebody in school got busted for stealing, they were so shamed because you couldn't trust them anymore. Remember that?
Yes, it was a scarlet letter forever.
Yes.
But here, look, this is the power of language among the elite. So most of us refer to Whole Foods as whole paycheck, right? And we don't shop there, we shop there sparingly. This New York Magazine, to your point, Astrid is just late for therapy, and so she opens sushi. That eye cream chick, she explained it away by saying that she spent so much money, $300 worth of turkey and stuffing, and that who would miss a $30 bottle of Dr. Hauschka? I had to Google what that even was.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what's the difference then to them between Whole Foods, this big nasty corporation, they won't miss it, and a mom and pop store?
Right.
And the guy that works 24 hours a day at the corner bodega. The whole point is they don't draw a line because everyone is expendable to them, when to us, every single dollar means someone earned it or someone spent it. And you think about the nebulousness of this language and shaping it in their narrative. They say this is recreational theft. They called, during the pandemic, all of the crime rings that would steal toilet paper and more and sell it on the black market. They said that was a crime of poverty, both of which is... At the end of the day, it's just illegal. But these are the same people that were horrified if your mask dropped, if you ate for longer than 2 seconds. So they're sticklers for the rules when it means that you're not a lemming, but they enjoy flaunting it in our faces because they can avoid it.
I like what you said in the green room when you said we should do what they do in the Middle East and chop off their hands.
The index fingers only.
Yes.
Justin.
Yes. Kat, could this be that a lot of adults still don't understand basic economics? It's like, like when we were kids, we didn't know where products came from in stores. They were just there. Are they like that still? Like when you were a kid, you didn't know that people who ran stores didn't get all the money. They just like you gave them 50 cents for a candy bar. They got all 50 cents. We just didn't know. They probably think that way.
I don't think so. I think honestly, first of all, in 2020, this article would have been called racist. 100%. I mean, like, oh, you think it's cute to steal white ladies from Whole Foods?
Yeah.
But I also think there's got to be something else going on where they are probably feeling dead inside because they probably, if they're shopping at $30 or they're shopping at Whole Foods and you don't have $30, you're either an idiot or you're not stealing, you're stealing for another reason. I think they want the thrill, they want the rush, they don't have some kind of fulfillment in their life. So they're like, you know what, I'll just steal and it's this cute little thing, but it's actually bizarre. It's bizarre, but you know, I think you should maybe take a look at yourself because it's not a victimless thing. Prices go up for other people, so on and so forth.
So they're looking for. Could they feel dead inside? They're looking. What if they just bang a talk show host, ladies? Right? It's not against the law.
Well, you make a great argument, Greg.
I'll put you in my own little jail. So, Adam, you look great.
Thank you.
Yes. Do you have, say, between 3 and 5 jokes regarding this topic?
Well, I was trying to think of the last time that I stole, and it was actually my daughter lost a tooth recently, and I had no money around the house, so I took money from her piggy bank.
No!
And I put it underneath her pillow for the tooth fairy.
Right.
But joke's on me because she stole it from my wallet.
Circle of life.
Yeah, you know, but I don't like thieves at all. I dated a girl who used to steal my Adderall.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get mad at her, but she kept washing my house.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yes.
But the problem is that, like you said, there's not, like at CVS in California, the lines for stealing is longer than the line to actually buy things.
It's
like,
true.
Like they have their own greeter. They're like, thank you for shoplifting. Come again.
Do you think that trained people to think it was much easier and much more acceptable? Because they watched people just walk out with everything.
I asked I was shopping and somebody was just, and I go to the guy behind the counter. I'm like, are you gonna call the cops? They go, they won't come.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in 2020 when they, defund the police. This is what happens when you defund the police. I mean, it was so bad. At one point, they actually took the show Cops off the air and played the reruns backwards so the criminals got away.
I don't think that really happened. But that was good. I like that. I enjoyed it almost as much as I enjoyed Charles' fear of transing at 10 story. I feel that this is going to be a big, big story because I'm not going to let it die. I'm going to bring it up every chance I get. Charles Hurt almost turned into a lady. All right, maybe you did stop it.
And I wasn't.
You would have been a great woman.
Yeah.
Charlene Hurt.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.